I know COFFEEZILLA's been super busy covering the most intriguing financial crimes of the 21st century. I would love to see this guy cover something in the software development community, this modern front ends conference that happened in November of 2022. People are calling it the Fyre Festival of software development conferences. If you're wondering what the Fyre Festival is,
fans paid up to $12,000 expecting 5-star accommodations and gourmet food. This is what they got. Disaster relief tents and mattresses piled up in the dirt.
Well, those are your mattresses.
There are reports of feral dogs roaming the grounds. As for that gourmet food, here it is, a cheese sandwich in a styrofoam box.
What I'm about to share with you are other people's testimonies. They are alleged. Okay, here are the basic stats of this conference. It happened in London, November 15th through 18th. There were 3,000 attendees promised and over 100 speakers. Tickets were £600. What we actually see that took place here has people a little upset. So again, 3,000 people promised. This is a photo, allegedly, of the entire crowd that showed up for the conference. Sponsors paid $10,000 for stands and speakers paid for their own international flights and accommodation. Joe Franchetti says that for the price of a £600 ticket, attendees were treated to a single coffee service with urns of pre-made coffee and tea and a lunch of packet sandwiches. Here's the money shot right here. It feels like the funds have been spent elsewhere. This person said, sounds like the Fyre Festival of tech conferences. Joe Franchetti goes on to say where the funds weren't spent was on recording and live streaming the talks. There was no recording equipment in any of the rooms. When I asked Jen, this was the organizer or alleged organizer, about what had happened to the live stream, she just told me she was going to refund the people who had paid for live stream tickets and offer them a free ticket to next year's event. At the time I asked, tickets for the live stream were still available for purchase on the event website at £43. This feels very close to fraud to me. Cassie Evans over at Cassie.codes posts, there were speakers who had originally been told accommodation was covered, but then they were told they had to cover it themselves. Speakers who were funding their travel and accommodation from workshop sales, only to be told days before flying their workshop was canceled and that they would have to foot the bill themselves. Joe Franchetti not holding back with their experience. Once again, as I walk through the hallway, Jen came up to me and told me that she thought it was funny that people were complaining about the event on Twitter and that she didn't care. Now, some of you may know Theo. He is a prolific live streamer. He's on YouTube. He's on Twitch. I was 50-50 on sharing this, but F it. Jen Ashley engaged in some gross attempts to try to get me to speak at the Modern Front Ends Disaster. She booked a demo with Ping to get me into a call and pitch it. Todd Libby, kind of savage in what he's saying here. You're nothing special, and you're certainly not running a great show. Get a steady paycheck, then spend your money on the lifestyle you want to live. Even Kent C. Dodds going in and adding his perspective. In 2014, the mantra was learn to code, learn to code. In 2022, 2023, I guess the mantra is learn how to defraud. Allegedly.